and this piece of code is going to be much more complicated. I'm going to delete this. So I'm going to select transaction, transaction ID. Then I need some data from this bill table, item and amount, but I'm going to take item from this item name. I want to see item name with it, not this number. How I'm going to do that? Item name, then bill amount from transaction, from bill, and from item, where transaction ID equals to bill transaction, but I have to use this quotation marks once again, and item ID equals to bill item. And now I'm going to execute this, and now we have every element from every transaction we have created. So we have two elements from our first transaction, we have one element from our second transaction, and we have three elements from our third transaction. And I want to make things even more complicated by providing cashier name to these records. How we are going to do that? Cashier name, cashier second name, we have to add cashier table to this list, and transaction and let me check. No, not this. I have to close this. This is what I want to check. Transaction, cashier ID, and in cashier it's cashier ID, same name. You really have to be careful not to mess these names. So transaction cashier ID have to be equals to cashier ID. And now I'm going to execute this script and see. We have everything. For every single element sold, we have transaction ID connected to it, we have cashier connected to it, and amount. And by the way, you don't need to remember these mess of commands right now. I'm going to describe every single piece of this syntax in upcoming episodes. What is important for now to understand how this system of foreign keys and primary keys works. and that you can connect data in this really easy and functional way. So that's all for this episode. If you are satisfied with this content, please subscribe and see you around.